And welcome back to Tight Sports. Today we're going to just go over the games that happened this weekend and may be of interest to, national championship hunt or just some teams I wanted to see lose miserably. Because I don't like them. We'll get to all of this in my next video. But right now I just want to congratulate the Clemson Tigers, not the coach, just the Clemson Tigers on their victory. On their victory over Notre Dame. They took it to the woodshed. The boys they pulled it out. They went back and forth with them, but this was an unranked team beating the number 15 Notre Dame. At least 15 at the time. I don't know if they're up or down after that. Ohio State did their thing. Tennessee beat up on somebody. And ooh, that fire out there at College Station. Ooh, boy, Jimbo. That thing got to be on just burning because Lane done put it on him. Lane did his thing. He did his thing. More on Lane later. We told you talk about Lane. I called the upset with Kansas State, but they just didn't have the firepower. They came up close. Good job, Wildcats. But Texas did their thing, and I'm just wondering, to the Manning family. I don't know what you guys thought you were going to be doing, taking this kid and putting him in, Texas. But knowing that Quinn Ewers was hurt, I kind of thought he was playing. But I saw no articles, nothing about that, about him playing. And they had this other guy there playing quarterback, and they said he was a freshman. And I guess Arch could take a red shirt, but Ewers is a sophomore, and he definitely got to come back. With the injuries he's put up with, he may have to come back for the next 2 years because he stays hurt. Some people's body, he may need to mature into it because he's very talented. And so is his other guy. That other guy reminds me of what's it, not CP3, look, gosh. He reminds me of Lamar Jackson with a little bit of, because he's in Texas uniform, a little Vince Young. He reminds me of all the stuff that's needed to tell old boy need to go and hit that protocol. Yeah, just go and hit that portal. Just get that protocol started, get the application done, hit that portal, and going on the greener pastures. I suggest, to my own detriment, that he, reach out to Lane and see if he got some space over there. Because that way, he could learn under Sark, but you probably could learn under Sark and Lane. Moving right along. Utah did their thing, and Penn State won. Y'all know I just been upset with Coach Franklin's since that Ohio State game. I just, whatever, dude. Florida State showing a little vulnerability. I was very shocked when I look at the ACC. Georgia Tech is number 3 behind Florida State, right before Louisville. Georgia Tech could be playing for the ACC. I don't know if they've already lost to Louisville, but I'm just about to tell y'all, the Rambling Wreck is back, folks. Be on the lookout for them. This is his coach's first year. He is an alumni of Georgia Tech. He takes it serious. It's maybe his life mission. We don't know. And shout out to my man, Mike Gundy. Because he's a man. I'm 40. I'm a man. But shout out to you, boy. Coached his butt off the other day. Showed up with some defense in that second half. And they took down the number 9 Oklahoma Sooners. Oh, yeah. Coach Venerable, he lost it out there. He got a doggone penalty for... you can say a lot of curse words to the referee, but I think they must be directed about the call, or as you're trying to explain why the referee saw it incorrectly, he must have insulted the referee, and he caught a 15 at the wrong time. Coach Venerable, you gotta be cool, bro. And, they lost by 3. That was a very last bedlam for now, since they're moving on to other conferences. But it was a great game. And Georgia Georgia. Georgia won. I'll review those SEC games in a minute. But Georgia did win. Yeah. Gaining momentum. Some teams are just gaining momentum at the right time. You want to give yourself a shot, put yourself in position. Tulane barely won, but they still in the top 24. Louisville did their thing. God, shut out. Oregon Ducks, man, issued out a beating. Kansas won closer to the Cyclones. I mean, Iowa State is putting fear into no one. What in the world? What's going on, Kansas? They basically hanging on to number 21. Michigan, easy win. Oh, what a barn burner between Washington and USC. I'm going to tell you right now. Now, see, if you take Michael Penix Jr. away from Washington, they probably would lose that game, but they will score some points. You take away Caleb Williams from USC, they got 42 in a losing effort, but that boy is that whole team. I mean, he might as well be playing offense and defense because he is their defense. His defense is keeping the ball in his hand, and oh my goodness. I did watch this game. They tried, man, but is anybody going to call defects on Coach Prime, man? Is anybody going, man, I know, they asked this guy, what's wrong with your son? He's standing strong. But when he hits the ground, he looks like he's experiencing severe pain. And that ain't good. So, I mean, he came out the game. I said, okay, cooler heads or whatever have prevailed. No, they brought him back out there. He sprung around there for a little bit. So maybe he got a couple of aspirins. Let's just say aspirins. Aspirins. And he bounced around, but still he looked gimpy. And man, I don't know. He didn't look healthy, and he was just taking a beating all day. Oregon State, I told you, they're very physical. And I just hope they can do something because, Arizona, I think, is on their schedule. Let me look right here. Shout out to Arizona. I mean, Arizona took UCLA to the woodshed, just straight physicality. I mean, they just put it on them. Let me see who Colorado has on their schedule next. I just got so many things I could say about this situation out there with Prime. I mean, first, I don't like the fact he was talking about this 5-star kid who ain't playing. Everybody want to know where he at. He's saying, he'll play when he do. Just say he just worked his way through. He's a young guy, man. You can't trash nobody like that. But he's a young guy. You can't just, Coach Prime, you just can't come at these kids like that. Because if I'm a father, thinking about letting my child cross about 3 states to come see you, just to come see you, And then, you got all these channels that popped up. Dude, when y'all gonna just be real, man? Y'all are 400% better than you were last year. Some of these guys, I don't even know if they live in Colorado, if they've ever watched a Colorado football game, but I'm watching all these channels pop up, and everybody's all over Coach Prime. But y'all need to be more realistic, because see, now, and trust me, I live in the South. Everything that happens to Coach Prime seems to be some type of conspiracy. People are being discriminated against Coach Prime, whether it's the referees or the other black coach at Colorado State or in recruiting. This man is killing his own recruiting. He's already said, high school folks, we looking more in the portal. Then he gets his offensive line we need some linemen. That's why we lost, because of them guys. Those 5, I don't know if he's talking about the 5 or the 4, or all 9 together, because the defensive line ain't that great. So I sent my child out there, 290, 6'6", 4-star. For what? So you can just say, well, we're going to get some more linemen. So everybody there that's starting, either they may not be playing it next year, or they may be there next year and not play. In either case, they need to go and hit the portal. How many more times you gonna do this? Go look it up in women's basketball in colleges. They had a real bad problem with people just snatching. I've seen as many as 11 scholarships get snatched from a D1 college basketball team, females, because nobody's paying attention. Because the coach is allowed to do anything because he got a little reputation to win. These coaches. And I wish these men would get out of the way and let these women coach these women so they can get some experience, because it's hard for them to get experience in the men's game. That's another take, a whole nother video. But if anybody's trashing his recruiting, the Colorado recruiting, it's Coach Prime. All you got to do is just be quiet. All you got to do is give the coach a speak. All you got to do is keep it real. Keep it real, but keep it to yourself. A lot of this stuff you're saying is crazy, man. Just, and, call me crazy. I just don't think he's going to be there in more than 2 years. And yeah, I'm staying here for a little bit on Colorado. I'm watching what's going on out there. And it's always somebody's fault. Oh, it's his fault. Let's change the coach. Let him call the plays instead of you calling the plays. You signal them in, but then you got your people out here, these minions out here. They're calling this man a plant, a mole. I thought you had fired him. How you gonna call somebody a mole and he's still on the team? That's crazy. That is crazy. So anyway, folks, just remember, I just saw something about Mike Gundy during the Bedlam game. And they said that, Mike Gundy's parents were big time Oklahoma. I think he was raised in Oklahoma City. I guess that's very, a real Oklahoma, a Sooner type of town. Well, Mike Gundy was scheduled to go to Oklahoma. He looked his parents in the face and said, Mom, Dad, I'm not going to Oklahoma. Because there was a young man there who was doing the doggone thing as a freshman. His name was Jamel Holloway. Jamel Holloway. Go look him up. So he went to Oklahoma State and did the best, made the best move for himself. When he told his mother that, she began to cry. His father was upset, said, you need to call Coach Switzer right now. And he asked him how that went. That phone call was not very nice. See, what your parents need to realize is that these people will stockpile your kids just to keep them from other people. It was very notorious between Auburn and Georgia at one time. They would just get people, if they could get Mr. Alabama to go to Georgia or Mr. Georgia to go to Florida, that was a win. Because once they did that, the majority of them never saw the field. So be wise. That 18, 19-year-old, 17-year-old Mike Gundy shouldn't have to sit there and say like, I think I'll go somewhere I can play if I got a shot. Think if he had gone to Oklahoma, he had a wonderful career as an insurance salesman, teacher, professor, rocket, mayor, ran for president. But he's at Oklahoma State to this very day. He's just one person. A lot of people make mistakes in recruiting, so be careful when you're out there choosing these schools. I don't have a child that's right now about to be a big-time quarterback, but even with this on, I said, I don't know if I would let you go to University of Alabama to play quarterback. Defensive line, linebacker, DB, of course. But it's only, you can get one shot to get out there behind that center. But if I know I can send you to Texas Tech, I can send you to North Carolina, where else? Let you go play for Mike Locksley where you can put some numbers up, end up in the NFL. You want a national championship or you want to change your life forever? You got to decide. So, yeah, look at this right now. Arizona, that was the last game I was going to cover out of the top 25. They put a hurting on UCLA at number 19. It's an unranked team. Like I said, I don't know. They just been on a winning streak. I think they're bowl eligible now as of the other night. But they have been putting a hurting on teams. You may beat them, but Desert Storm will put a hurting on you. I don't know if they knocked out 2 quarterbacks or 1 quarterback in that game. Fafita is fearless. He's unreal. They beat UCLA 27-10. UCLA, you know how the coach over there is, Kelly. He's all about offense. They shut them down. Now, I'm just call it right now. Arizona is going to beat Colorado, but I think the narrative is going to change after this weekend. No more pointing the finger. No more pointing it at the 20-year-old players. No more saying, well, we can only play Travis for 140 to 50. Stop doing that to that dude. We already know what football does to people's bodies. You got him playing 2. He's getting a 2 for 1. You know what I'm saying? Stop that. That's just crazy. Somebody got to be the adult. That's my wife always says when I'm fussing with my kid. Somebody has to be the adult. Yeah, I guess so. But Arizona is going to physically wear Colorado out. I'm saying it on a Monday morning. Ain't no way. Not based on what I saw. And thing about Arizona, they giving it to you on offense and defense. Jonah Coleman, the other running back, forgive me for not knowing his name, but Jonah Coleman is, I've told you, he's like elbows and kneecaps. That's what you about to get out of him. And God bless you if he can cut on you because you may break your ankle. Fafita's fearless. They got receivers. They're very physical. Very physical. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised they out in the parking lot because the brothers from I think they're a Polynesian background or whatnot, they probably doing a haka. Not before the game, but before each possession, because they very serious about their work, and it's nowhere in the world they're gonna go out there in Colorado and sling that ball around. They better hope they get tired in the atmosphere. Where are they playing? Are they playing out there? Because I'm telling you, them guys, they are unreal. But it was an interesting weekend of watching football. I just watched Cristobal turn it, just his pilot light was on, but they just, after losing to NC State the way they did, it's like, because they just shut him out. It's really ridiculous. He just turned up the flame up under his seat, you know. So his hot seat is beginning to sizzle. And I hope it can get better for him, but I don't know if it will. Yeah, they gotta go to Boulder. This thing says they playing at 2 p.m. Pacific. That's 5 p.m. I guess on the East Coast. 4 or 5. 5 or 6. So I just, it was a great weekend, but man, there's some coaches about to lose their jobs. Can't cry for them because all of them making $1 million, they'll be fine. But I just don't understand what's going on in Colorado. I mean, some of the guys, they call this dude a saboteur, and he's still on the team. How irresponsible is that? Talking about, people are trying to tank Colorado's recruiting effort. The man say he don't want no high school players. He going in the portal. He trashing on these linemen. Alabama had the same problem. The whole year, if you haven't been noticing, they lost 5 people in the portal in May. 3 to 4 of them was already playing. The 3 of them were already playing a lot. And all of them are probably going to start. But here you go. They're gone. Guess what happens when you bring people out of the portal, out of high school, and say, you're going to start? You got to coach them. You got to coach them up. Hire somebody to coach them up. Get some specialists, whatever. You got plenty of friends who know how to play the positions. All of them. Bring them in. Bring them in for a weekend. But to throw them under the bus the way you did, they didn't perform. It's not a quick fix. You are 400% better. And you're 1,000% better as a person. But this whole thing with you behind a microphone after a loss is catastrophic. So that's all I got for now. If you got a comment, please leave below. Like this video. Subscribe to the channel because I'm going to just give it to you the way I feel. Ain't going to do all this cussing. I'm not throwing the kids up under the bus. But we are going to have a good time talking about sports. But every once in a while, I got to give it to you real.